Hello, welcome to GeoBytes, your daily roundup of news from geospatial industry. I'm your host Bhanu. For the next 15 minutes, I will bring you the news of the top developments across projects, products, policies and business. Our special focus today will be on precision agriculture, but first let us take you to the top story of the day. Data from NASA's QuickSat satellite has revealed that between 2000 and 2009, the Chinese capital of Beijing has quadrupled in its physical extent. Yes, you heard it right. A team led by NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory and Mark Jacobson of Stanford University used QuickSat data to measure infrastructure changes like new buildings and roads. Let us tell you what you are seeing on your screen now. Gray and black indicate buildings, with the tallest and largest buildings in the city's commercial core appearing in lighter gray. Other colors show areas which are not yet urbanized. The rate of change is also indicated by color. Blue-green indicates the least change, yellow-orange more change, and red the greatest change. To study how the urban growth has changed Beijing's wind patterns and pollution, scientists used a computer model of climate and air quality. It was discovered that winter temperatures have increased by 5 to 7 degrees Fahrenheit and wind speed has reduced by 2 to 7 miles per hour. The stagnant city air has also increased ground level ozone pollution. Jacobson explains the reason behind these changes. He tells that buildings slow down winds by blocking the air and creating friction. And temperatures rise because covering soil with concrete reduces evaporation. And evaporation is necessary for cooling the earth. Reacting to this news on Twitter, Christopher Taylor said that the graphic looked like the cancerous smog which he had encountered in China last year. Yamaha Motors wants the United States to utilize Japanese drone technology in precision agriculture. Having already won the Federal Aviation Administration FAA's approval, the company is eyeing the market in the vineyards of the Napa Valley. Yamaha's R-Max drone, which resembles a helicopter, can be used for a variety of purposes including spraying, seeding, remote sensing, precision agriculture and variable rate dispersal. It's interesting to note that the use of these drones is so widespread in Japan that 1 in 3 bowls of rice consumed by Japanese households has been sprayed with agricultural chemicals by R-Max drones. Agriculture solutions provider DigiStar, which was recently acquired by Topcon Positionings Group, has launched the NT8000i rate control system for manure spreaders. It is a closed-loop rate control system that continuously monitors and readjusts the calibration factor based on the actual weight of the material spread. The system uses GPS speed signal input for accurate forward speed measurement. With an option to save data to an SD card, the NT8000i also allows automated traceability to meet the record-keeping needs of landowners and government agencies. Indiana-based Reynolds Farm Equipment has launched a new service called Croponomics to help farmers manage and maximize their profits per acre. Set up by agronomist John Bott, the technology aims to provide farm workers with more in-depth data analysis and a better usage of mapping. By showing a profit and loss statement for every acre of the farm, Croponomics helps farmers to quickly identify the return on investment for resources and reallocates funds to make better business decisions. Agricultural intelligence provider Aware has released 90 new growth stage models for precision farming companies. The models can be accessed through the Colorado-based company's Weather Aware API services. AWARE's agricultural data service provides daily forecasts based on observed weather data plus agronomic insight. These allow clients to reduce risk and increase productivity by basing their decisions on field-level crop monitoring, alerts, expanded analysis, and critical data for scheduling operations. Moving on, the Sanborn Map Company has added more than 41,000 square miles of fresh oblique imagery to its kitty. The new 6-inch resolution orthophotography covers 150 US metropolitan markets in both natural color and infrared products. The off-the-shelf oblique and ortho selections can be used as a source to extract building outlines, transportation, and utility features. It can also be used as a tool to aid in the planning, design, and execution of public infrastructure and residential projects. In Canada, a study has revealed how the 2013 floods altered the Elbow River. A year before the floods, researchers from the University of Calgary and the University of British Columbia had used drones to map river systems and fish habitats in the Elbow River. After the floods hit, the researchers mapped the area again. They were able to assess significant changes in the landscape by comparing 3D maps and models of the before and after data. The team discovered that the flood had drastically restructured the river flow near an area called Redwood Meadows. Up to 150 meters had been eroded along certain locations. We will now slip into a short break, but when we return, we will take a look at what's happening in the rest of the world.
Once again, Trimble is leading the way in positioning technology with the new Trimble R8S GNSS receiver. An entirely new way to look at receiver possibilities. Simply choose the configuration and features you require today. Then, add features as you need them tomorrow. It's the ultimate in scalability. With this innovative receiver, you tailor your system to your job, to the way you work. Choose the level of configuration that suits your needs. As your requirements change, the Trimble R8S can adapt. You simply add functionality whenever you want it. Each Trimble R8S comes standard with integrated Maxwell 6 chips, Trimble 360 tracking technology, and more. All to keep you productive and expand the reach of your GNSS system. Plus, it offers our exclusive web UI for remote monitoring and the new Trimble DL Android app for GNSS data logging. And the Trimble R8S maximizes productivity by easily integrating with the Trimble S-Series total stations and our innovative V10 imaging rover. For ultimate field efficiency, combine the Trimble R8S receiver with a Trimble controller and the intuitive Trimble Access Field software. Trust Trimble Business Center to help you edit, process, and adjust your data. It's the kind of solution you have come to expect from Trimble. We've been setting the standard in positioning technology for more than 30 years. See how we're raising the bar again with the Trimble R8S GNSS receiver.
Welcome back. Leica Geosystems has launched online training courses for professionals involved in laser scanning. Called the HDS Virtual Classroom, the 2 to 3 hour live courses will be taught by industry experts. They will cover topics like alignments and tints, basic cyclone features and operation, cloud-to-cloud based registration, copy tool and data import, plant modeling, etc. As each session is customized to focus on the tools and applications used by the students, the course is ideal for small teams or individuals. For more information or to register for upcoming HDS Virtual Classroom courses, visit the link visible on your screen. Landscape intelligence data products provider Rezatic is working with the city of Bristol in the United Kingdom to support its water catchment management program. Resartech's intelligence portal will process satellite and ground data to identify changing patterns of soil erosion and agriculture intensification, which can have a significant impact on the quality of the water supply. The platform will process data from 1972 to the present day to identify both short and long-term changes in the landscape. Bristol Water is hoping to reduce its current water treatment costs by identifying pollution risks before they become an issue. The Australian government's agency Geoscience Australia has installed a new geodetic network in Queensland to measure the movement of Earth's surface more accurately. The network is made up of a system of geodetic survey marks and co-located radar corner reflectors. It uses a combination of two measurement techniques for millimeter level precision and centimeter level accuracy. These geodetic techniques are the Interferometric Synthetic Aperture Radar (INSAR) and Global Navigation Satellite System (GNSS). Monitoring changes in the Earth's surface allows scientists to understand which activities can deform the Earth's crust over time. The Indian National Centre for Oceanic Information Services in Cayas is working on developing 3D GIS maps of the coastal areas vulnerable to tsunamis. Of the 3,600 square kilometers scheduled to be covered, the team has already mapped 500 kilometers so far. Once the mapping process is complete, the agency will use techniques like sea level inversion, real-time inundation modeling, and near-field GPS measurements of real-time rupture characterization to create the 3D GIS maps. These would help disaster management agencies to evacuate people from the vulnerable areas if a tsunami warning is issued. That's all we have for you in GeoBytes today. Find us on www.geobiz.com and follow GeoBuiz on Twitter. We will be back shortly with a GeoBuiz exclusive.
Can you tell us a little bit about Geo and what it is that you do in the organization?
We have a lot of obviously formidable competitors in the mapping space.
But saying human geo, I was like perplexed. Why the name human to the geospatial angle?
If we think about land, I mean, land is a key core to prosperity.
Thank you, Hugo, for speaking with GeoBuiz and Geospatial World. Good morning, Mr. Rolando Ocampo. Thanks for coming over and welcome to GeoBuiz. As a national mapping organization of Mexico, INEGI has been doing quite a lot of activities and services. Can you tell us what is the mandate of INEGI and what are the objectives with which it is working?
First, let me tell you that there are three things that characterize our institution. The first one is the autonomy of our institution. We have a complete autonomy from the government, and we only have to send information just to the Congress. And second one is that we have not only mapping, but also we have statistics in the same institution. Our institute is National Institute of Statistics and Geography. And the third one is that the mandate that the law gives us to create the National Statistics and Geography Information System. This is a very new element in our government, and I think it's a good practice in all the world because we have that mandate to create these systems, and that involves all the government administration, federal administration, province or states of us, and municipalities to create this big system of statistics and geography.
It's pretty unique that INEGI has both statistics and geoinformation together in one organization, and I feel it is a big advantage. So how is INEGI utilizing this advantage?
Let me tell you that, as I know, Brazil has the same, but only Brazil and Mexico. Yeah. And the way that we use it is, let me give you some information. With this, we have to create these 4 subsystems: one for economic information, one for demographic information, one for government and security information, and another one for geography and environmental information. In that subsystems, we sit to the table the most important technicians and the most important decision makers of that areas, and to bring them into the table just to create standards, to create this system, and to give the information in one only recipient. That's the way it allows us to have a lot of contact with the government, to obtain and to give support in the same platform, and with the statistics information, with mapping information, with environmental information to the whole units of the state in Mexico.
You mean to say in all the subsystems you talked about, there is a combination of statistical information and geoinformation together, and map products are done based on that?
Exactly. 2 or 3 exams. First one, we for the statistics side, we made in the economic area, we make our economic census every 5 years. It's easier for the statisticians to have the questionnaire, go to the field, obtain the information, and produce Excel tapes, so sheets. Well, what we do with the integration of the two, the statistics and geography, so we georeference all that information. We give them the roads, we give them the maps, we give them all the information, geographical information, and we give them some tablets just to georeference all the economic units, to take some photos of them, and we put it in the map and we put it in the web. So we have almost 5 million economic units from the whole country. All of them georeference. They have, you click one, so you can identify the name of the company, the address of the company, an aggregation number of employees of each one. If they have internet, so you're going to have the link of internet, and even you can add some information if you want. You are the owner of that company, you can add information. For example, a restaurant, you can add the menu or something like that. This is the way we do it. In the population census, we made the same. We georeference all the information into a block. So we can know, if you click the information in one block, you can know how many houses are, the distribution of age or gender, or if they have pavement roads, if they have a lot of information from the realities, and even if they have water, if they have a train, if they have light, all of that information. If they are Catholics, how many the percentage of Catholics in that area or something like so. You have all the information into a block, and that you can use it for planning. And another thing which is very important for us is that we understand that our business is not to sell information. Our business is to produce, and that all the people use that information. So all of our information is free of charge, and even it's public, and even it's in June, we are going to have all the information in an open data system.
That's a great initiative to have all your data in an open data format system. So what are the objectives with which you moved into this framework of open data, and how do you see this opening up the governance?
Even the maps, we have an issue that it's called GeoMaps, so that you can obtain all the maps from a PDF or format or something you can download with all the attributes that the map must contain. And the idea is that what we want is that everybody can use that information. So we put it in our website, and we give it so everybody can download that information, because we understand that everybody and most of the municipalities, private sector, need that information, need the information just to make plans, to planning, to make routing and whatever. So this is our mandate, that we obtain our budget from the Congress. So everybody in Mexico pay taxes. So that's the reason that our information belongs to them.
It's very wonderful, and in this case of INEGI, the influence or the value of the maps and the statistical information together for the public and for the economic development of the country is very directly related and established. Has there been any study to quantify the impact of maps and it is contributing to the economy of the country?
No, we haven't done that exercise. I think we must do it, because I think in the last years, the geographic information is going up, and in particular in our institution, that we are producing that information in the statistics sides and the economic side, and even the geographical side, but we haven't done that. We are more focusing in produce and to let the people use it, and to have more initiatives just to let the people understand how to use it.
So when you say you're making people understand how to make use of the maps, are you also trying to create some applications and create awareness to use the maps and applications?
Yes, even we have some apps one for the economic information, the NUE, and we have another geographical apps. And the answer is yes. And this is in addition, we have a lot of capacity training, and we go to the universities, we work with the private sectors. We have a lot of training courses where we present our information. We give them the tools. We develop a software in an open source that we call it Digital Map of Mexico, where you have more than 200 layers of information by the geographical and the statistic size, all the hydrological, roads, economic information, security information, whatever, all you have in that layer, so you can use it for risk, for planning, for everything.
Also, I see that INEGI is playing quite a proactive role in developing the spatial data infrastructures of the region. You've been very actively collaborating with UNGGIM as well, and have set up the UNGGIM for the Americas. Can you share the role of INEGI in these activities?
Statistical and geographical institution that the Congress gave us that mandate in Mexico. We are the representatives of our country for that to science. And in the United Nations, this new initiative, the United Nations Global Geospatial Information Management. So I'm the president of UNGGIM Americas. We are leading this initiative in the continent. And the idea is to join all the countries and to have common information, to share standards, to share information, to create a world global map for sustainable development, to adopt these new standards, and to coordinate ourselves into the geographical and statistical information. That's the issue. Well, we have a mandate for the global organization of UNGGIM. Mexico is one of the co-chairs, and in particular myself, I'm president of the initiative in the Americas.
As part of this, you also developed the geostatistical framework as well, right? Can you share more information about it?
As an organization that has the two science together, the geography and the statistics, it's easy for us just to put on the table how do we use the two, and how we have developed standards and even information and tools and softwares on how to coordinate that in the countries. The geographical side and the statistical side, they don't talk each other. Yeah. So in most of them, all the statistical office has a geographical information office. And the geographicals have to be more for the geodetic, for the geological and the geographical issues. And the statistics use the maps just to incorporate the information, but they don't mix them. And this is what we have done since last 32 years. So we have some experience. We are a good practice, I think, in all of the world. So the United Nations asked us to be part of this working group and to share this working group with Australia, and so that's what we are doing. Even we have had some special meetings just and we invite countries just to coordinate these efforts, talking about which is the best way to put the statistical information in a grid or in geographical areas or geographical geostatistical framework, something like that. That's what we have discussing.
I just want to understand, because INEGI is producing a lot of thematic data as well, and first and foremost being the cadastre. So how is this the recent cadastre modernization program you have done? Can you share more about it?
First, just in Mexico, we have two different kinds of land: private land and the social land. For the social land, in 1994, we began a project that we called it Procede, and where we went to the field just to measure all the social land, which is about 52% of the country. So we just made that cadastral information. We went to the field, we produced that information, and when we finished that, we, as a technicians institution, we give that information for another organization of the government, which is called National Agrarian and Register. And they have all that information, and we have the techniques of how to produce it, and this is for the social land. For the urban land, we have an agreement with in Mexico. All the cadastral information comes from the municipalities, and we have some agreements with the government, the social development minister, and the states, just to join all the information in one cadastral base in 2012. So we have that information, and we are beginning to update it and to modernize. We made agreements with a bank, a developing bank in Mexico, which is called Banobras, National Bank of Municipality and State Development. And we go to the municipalities, we make a diagnosis, and we tell them, well, you have to improve this and this and this and this in your cadastral system. And the bank give them some money just to modernize it. So after that, we certify that they did it, and so they modernize it. So this is the way that we are helping with this cadastral. Even in the last year, there was a change in the constitution about this area for the modernizing and of the cadastral and register in all the country, and they are beginning to have the new law that is going to coordinate this process, and then now it's in the Senate, the law.
In that sense, the direct relationship between your activities and the governance is fairly established. And moving forward, what are any new initiatives that INEGI is planning? How is it reinventing itself to be more relevant for the changing needs of the government and the people?
When we obtained our autonomy, was in 2008. Our main objective was to create this national statistics and geographical information system. And we did it. We create 37 specialized technical committees that are in 4 subsystems that I mentioned, and we have one technical specialized committee in each state. We have 31 states, and the Mexico City is the 32. And the idea for us is that we have this national, we want to go to the states to create this state information, statistics and geographical information. So we have everything in the national. We are just cutting the information just to give to the states, so they can be able to use it for all the planning. They come to us, and it's a little bit different from the all countries. In Mexico, our institute, all the states go with us and ask us for the information, and even if they want to do something, they ask us to do it in terms of statistics and geographical information and environmental of that information. Just produce information, not planning, not take decisions, not everything. This is not our job. And that's why for in the future, what I would like, what I think that we must push more is in this state development and systems.
Thank you so much. It is very nice understanding the activities of INEGI and the visionary plans of INEGI as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.